Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Silverware is on the line in Game 2 of our quadruple header this afternoon. It is the number 4 seed Mentor Cardinals looking to win the silver bracket as they take on the winners of the semifinals. Number 5, Force Ohio, up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. Game number 2 of the day brings us the number 4 seed Mentor Cardinals and the number 5 seed Force Ohio in the Silver Bracket Championship game. Hello, everybody from the press box here in Kent. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Game number 1 went to extras today. A 10-9 victory for Force Ohio in the bottom of the 8th inning. David Pedraza, an RBI double, sealed the deal. But going back to the inning, Cam, we didn't see them bunt. They won in unconventional fashion. Can that kind of luck translate over into this game?
I mean, it definitely could, but I mean, after being out here in the hot sun for already a couple hours, you're definitely not feeling the greatest, but they got to get off to a hot start.
And speaking of a hot start, it is going to be the same 11 guys looking for a hot start in this order. They didn't change anything other than positions. First pitch is at 11:21. It is fouled away, and we are off to the races for game number 2. As well, Cam and I are going to be playing Kent State Baseball Bingo, so we will be referring to that throughout this ball game as we see what we can get.
I don't know if I'm going to – half of these are things that can't happen.
What are some of the options?
Organ music, play overturned after replay, pitch clock violation.
Couple of things unrealistic. Ground ball up the middle, and it is a leadoff single for Kalen Mulligan. Great bit of hitting by Mulligan as he is able to piece that one up the middle, and the leadoff man is aboard. And unfortunately for us, that is not anything on the bingo card, but that is on Force's bingo card as they wanted to get off to a hot start.
It is on my bingo card. One is playing wearing sunglasses on face. Third baseman is wearing sunglasses on his face.
Throwback to 1, not in time. But just a lot of cool things on this board. That's kind of what you expect when you're here. Just a lot of cool things. Throw down to 2 is not in time, and that is a stolen bag, putting a runner in scoring position early on.
Taking off the boxes.
I don't know if stolen bag is on my card. I don't think it is, but we will address that later. It is Terzel stepping in. Got to see him start last game on the mound. That pitch upstairs. Or excuse me, I think it's Treisel. He talked to us before the game, gave the correction, and I'm pretty sure it is Gavin Treisel. But a chance for Force to strike early on in this game. Blocked behind the dish, but still a ball nonetheless. On the mound for this game for the Cardinals, it is Luka Regic. Ragic wearing number 10, just finished up his freshman year over at Mentor High School. Bunt shown, pulled back, and it is in there for strike one. But the throwback to the pitcher well over his head, but it will die in the infield. More of a throwback to second than anything. Could see that throughout the game depending on how both teams are going to play in this contest. But a chance to put your first two guys on is always a good prospect. But not quite yet, as that will hit the corner for strike two, and we are full. Good work behind the dish by Newsom to bring that one back over the plate. Ragic looking for out number one. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball left side, takes a awkward one hop. Throw to one is in there for out number one. And that will retire Treisel. But in the meantime, that moves the opening run within 90 feet of scoring. And Jack Rachel, the starting pitcher in this game for Force, has a chance to bring him in. A good opportunity in the early stages of this game to get on the board if you are Force Ohio. First pitch breaks over the plate and misses the corner. 1-0 the counts. Jack Rachel just finished up his freshman year at Aurora. His younger brother Josh will be playing in left field in this game. Rachel ground ball hit to third and through the legs, and the opening run of the game is on the board. Jack Rachel able to get that one in courtesy of the E5. That will keep a runner on, but Force Ohio in a championship game strikes first. A tough play by Moses over at third. And now Force can try to do what they did last game, score a bunch of runs early on. And that can help them get through this game as it is hot. In talking to the players, they are starting to feel the effects of fatigue, as you would expect given all of the heat. Maybe now nearing the 90s as we are nearing noon. 35 minutes away from 12. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. Throw down to second is wide left. And that will give a stolen base to Rachel. So far in this game, Force 2 for 2 on stolen bags.
According to the weather app, partly cloudy. 87 degrees, feels like 94.
Once again, the heat index is expected to reach 111 today. And I think the championship game would feel those effects. Throw back to second, not in time. 1-1 strike the count. It is Ben Duke, the EH, stepping in, looking to move Rachel along. Chops that one foul, now 1-2. After Duke, it goes to Pedraza, then Girard. As for the Mentor Cardinals, it is Ragic on the mound, Newsom behind the dish, Whitty at first, Gilman at second, Petros at short, Moses at third, Linden, Magistrelli, and Rako from left to right in the outfield sets the defense. Pops up in foul territory on the right side. Whitty calls it off, and he has it for out number 2. Good communication over in foul territory by the Mentor Cardinals as they were able to talk through that one. But still a runner at second, 2 down. And it is the man who walked off the last game in David Pedraza back for more. You have to be careful with what you give him given what happened last time out. And I'm sure he is still riding that momentum into this game. But we will see what Force can do. Already 1 run on the board, but they definitely want more from this frame. First pitch will miss down low for ball 1. In the bottom of the first inning, it is Newsom, Petros, and Moses for the Cardinals. They will look to tie up the game or give the Cardinals their first lead of the day. The 1-0 swing and miss, waved at one over the plate, now 1-1.
Good pitch right there. Kind of just put it over the plate, trying to give the hitter something to swing at, and just gets it right by him.
That outside corner, definitely a deadly spot to hit. Throwback to 2, not in time. Good idea by Ragic trying to get that runner, but right now, maybe not the scenario. But you still have to work him and keep him honest. The 1-1 down low and blocked by Newsom. 2-1 the count. The catching battle is going to be 1-2 watch today. Newsom, this is the only game that he will have to play today. But Driscoll, the catcher for Force, catching again amid all this heat.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough for him.
2-1 hit foul behind, and that will even up the count at 2 apiece.
If you watch the first game, a lot of pass balls by both sides, so Driscoll can kind of clean it up back there, although the Heat just got to stay hydrated and keep in the shade when he's not catching.
The hydration is key. The 2-2 sails upstairs, and it will be popped up on the infield. Ragic underneath it, has it, and the side is retired. But one run still does score in the top of the first inning. A good bit of hitting by Force Ohio brings in the run, courtesy of Rachel's hard hit ball to third. Middle of 1 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the 5 seed up 1-0 on Mentor. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Mentor's offense looking for a response as we enter the bottom of the first inning. Forced Ohio up 1-0 early on in this contest, and it came on an error, something that I would expect to see more of in this game. It is hot outside, the elements less than desirable. We were both on the field, Cam, you a little bit earlier than I was. It is not great down there. It is very hot outside. Once again, index supposed to be around 111. The real feel right now, 93.
Probably about 10 degrees hotter on the actual field, as it is turf.
So that puts them at around 103 real feel on the actual turf.
Plus, being out there for long periods of time doesn't make it any better.
Not at all. 2-0 count on Chase Newsom, the leadoff hitter and catcher, and he'll take ball 3 sailing over the zone. It is Jack Rachel on the mound for Force Ohio. Something to note, using 4 pitchers last game, he might have to ride this one out completely if Force is to get the win. Here comes the 3-0. In there for strike 1. Good delivery over the plate by Rachel, able to direct that one back in. Needed something there, and more of a competitive pitch than I thought we'd see. Rachel's 3-1. Ground ball hit to third. Truzel has it, throws across, it's in time. 1 up, 1 down. Good work by Treisel, able to get that one across in plenty of time. That'll bring up Gus Petros, the shortstop. Petros just finished up his freshman year at St. John's, and he was the starting pitcher against the MASH Factory on Thursday. It was a losing effort, but he did a lot of good for that squad, a lot of good pitches, and really kept them in that game until they just couldn't get anything going at the end. That was a 2-0 game. Hard to win when your offense does not score.
It's actually it is impossible to win when your offense doesn't score.
The 1-0. Ground ball left side again. Treisel can't get to that one, and it is down the line for extra bases. Petros into second base, and he will be in there standing. First big hit of the game for either side.
Another hit on my bingo card.
Now, I do think I have the double. Nope, I have double play. But going back to that hit perfectly down the line, that was a thing of beauty and a tying run now in scoring position for Camden Moses. A chance for redemption here. He did allow the opening run to score on an error, and now he can tie up the game. First pitch will miss off the plate for ball 1. Mentor did finish as the 4 seed, 1-3 record, unable to make it into the championship bracket, which consists of 3 3-1 teams. The 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. They were close, I believe, up through 6 innings last night against Clutch Elite. Clutch Elite then piled on the runs at the end to get the win and seal their spots in the big dance. And I think from there, given run differential, Mentor would have needed a lot to go their way to actually get that result to get them in. 2-0 misses down low for ball 3. But you look at the teams in that championship bracket, you have Match Factory Berkwin in the 2, Clutch Elite in the 3, and MAF Gators in the 1. You're looking at 3 of the best teams in the area at this age group, I would say, for sure. 3-0 upstairs for ball 4. It is a 4-pitch walk, and that will put 2 on with 1 down.
That'll give me another tick on my bingo card.
And that finally gives me 1.
How many do you have?
I have 2, I think.
I have 6, including the free space. I don't know if I'm actually going to get a bingo.
I don't think any of us are, just given the spots. Like right now, my line includes strikeout looking, which is reasonable. 3-pitch strikeout, yes. Ground rule triple, which I don't even know if that's possible.
My most best line would be a pickle and organ music, and obviously, maybe I'll just play some organ music and count that.
Lead runner goes, then the trail. The double steal is executed perfectly.
You know what else is executed perfectly? Another tick on my bingo card.
The double steal, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Now I just need a bat flip and flashes pitchers to strike out 10-plus batters.
Excellent work, though, by the runners to advance like that. The delay from the back runner was perfectly timed, Cam, and as a base runner yourself in your day, if you can time up the pitcher perfectly, you can have a lot of success on the bases.
Absolutely. I think we should count anything that says flashes as just the home team, because obviously the Golden Flashes are not playing on this field as of right now.
Well, they could be later on today, or a future Golden Flash could be, but in the meantime, time has been called. Rachel is going to go and have a meeting with his coach and the rest of the infield. Stay with us later on today at 1 p.m. as we will have the semifinal of the championship bracket. It is Clutch Elite taking on Mash Factory Berkwin. Then at 3:15, we have the championship game for the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 as the MAF Gators look to win it as the 1 seed and stay undefeated against one of Mash Factory Berkwin or Clutch Elite. Once again, this is the Silver Bracket Championship game. Then next week, we will have coverage all across Northeast Ohio, potentially in North Canton on Thursday. I believe we'll be at Kent State a good amount next weekend, maybe for a total of 6 or 7 games, depending on how the day shakes out. So it should be a lot of fun baseball coming up. Good corner paint by Rachel for strike 1. It is Connor Whitty in the batter's box for Mentor, just finished up his freshman year at Mentor. A lot of Mentor guys on this team, as you would expect, but not completely Mentor high school guys. Whitty chops that one foul off the back netting, now 2-2. But I would say with pretty much certainty, the next game will be delayed.
Unless we somehow get out of here quickly.
Which would mean a run rule, which right now might not be on the cards. Just depends on how this one shakes out. The 2-2. Hit into center field. Whitty lines it right to center for out number 2. And on a great relay in, no more advancements. Whitty got all of that baseball, but right directly to Mulligan. And once again, we talk about it, a bloop single. It does more than a hard hit ball right to a fielder.
Yeah, I mean, just exactly to him. And then, like you said, a good strong throw from the center fielder to get it in and not let the tag up.
Brian Rako, the right fielder, now steps in. A chance to do some damage. Still has the opening 2 runs of the game for the Cards in scoring position. Swings and misses on one inside. 0-1 the count. Perfectly placed by Rachel. Attacked that inside edge. Able to get that swing. And really, if there was any contact, it would have been I would say, on the weaker side. The 0-1 this time over the plate and in there, now 0-2. One pitch away from getting out of the inning. And that would be big for Force, given the 2 runners on right now and given that double from Petros earlier on. That pitch almost hits him, but breaks at the right time. If that would have been strike 3, that would have been the nastiest pitch of the day, regardless of what happens in the rest of these games, I would say.
Most likely.
But in the end, it will stay 1-2. The pitch pops up on one upstairs, and it will go foul. And into the dugout as well. Kind of a split-second decision. That ball hanging above the zone. Didn't want to let that one dip in. You take that swing. More of a survival cut. You don't expect that one to go fair. And that gives Reiko a chance to do some damage. It's a second life for the hitter. And he will get hit. That loads up the bases for Tristan Gilman. So that foul ball, even more impact. And now a chance to really open up this game. 1-0 right now. A single makes it 2-1. And a double most likely makes it 3. So a chance for Mentor to tie it, take the lead, get an insurance run, and establish a cushion on the same swing. But at the same time and out here, retires the side, no damage done. Rachel's 0-1. Ground ball, weakly chopped left side. Going to be a tough play to make at 1, and it is not in time. It is going to be dropped at the bag. Throw to 2 is wide and into left center, and that will make it 2-0.
Oh, my.
Or 2-1, excuse me. Men are now on top, but it's chaos on the bases.
You can see on your screen, obviously, good infield single right there, and then the runner on second rounds it way too far. It believes that the runner on third is going home, but he smartly stops, and then he ends up just getting to kind of jog home as the other runner stays at second.
Gino Magistrelli now steps in, just finished up his freshman year at Lake Catholic. Wasn't on the varsity squad, but still around that championship pedigree gives him a leg up on the competition. But Lake Catholic winning that state title, definitely an impressive feat from them, given everything heading into the year. People expected them to go far, but they finally got over the big hurdles that had faced them in years past. Now a 2-0 count on Magistrelli. It is Rajic, the 8-hitter, awaiting in the on-deck circle. But if you're Mentor, this is a big chance to make a statement. Get a big win here, win some silverware, and really shock a couple people. When you hear Force, you're thinking, okay, top program. We've seen that already this summer with the Cleveland Baseball Federation. Some newcomers into the mix that can definitely be some key figures in the area for the next couple of years. Runner goes 3-0. It is behind. He will go home, and he will take 2 bases, but he will be out. And the side is retired. What an obscure ending to the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, very kind of weird inning all around, but you could see runner takes off super early. On the pass ball, he doesn't even stop coming around, but the pitcher smartly covers home, and runner never even touches home plate.
End of 1 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the Mentor Cardinals up 2-1 on Force, Ohio. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. One inning complete in the Silver Bracket Championship game. It is the Mentor Cardinals up 2-1 on Force Ohio. First pitch of the second inning is hit into the right center field gap. It is extra bases for Braden Gerard. He will stay at second base. A leadoff double for the shortstop.
Very good bit of hitting as he kind of hits it in that right center gap. Forces the center fielder and right fielder to go chase after it. Ends up at second there. Great spot for Force here, trying to get back, trying to at least tie the game back up, trying to get back their lead.
And now that will bring up Jacoby Shadle, the first baseman. Nobody out, runner at second base, and a beautiful breaking ball over the plate. 0-1 the count. Good left to right motion. And that is a dream pitch there from Ragic. And another one beautifully dips in. Now an 0-2 count. Two great offerings in a row. Can he make it three just like it?
I mean, I would get another bingo spot.
He hangs it over the plate, swing and a miss. There's out number one on 3 pitches.
Hit another bingo spot.
Beautiful work from Ragic. That was a thing of beauty. Now that will bring up Dylan Westendorf, the right fielder. Westendorf takes strike one. Luka Ragic heating up. And this is the time to do it after allowing that leadoff double. A chance to reconcile the inning. Doesn't get the call there as it will miss inside. 1-1 the count. But if you are Mentor, your goal right now is to keep your 1-run lead in hand and then attack again in the bottom of the inning. That pitch will hit. A late call gives it. Now 1-2 the count. And we saw Force last game. If you can get the run rule, you want to. If not, leaving the door open could be disastrous. 1-2, hit into shallow center field. It is a single. They will hold up the runner, and that will place runners at the corners with one down for Cannon Driscoll. Perfectly placed again in the outfield. Hit number 2 of the inning, number 3 of the game for Force Ohio. And it is the rising freshman at St. Ed's in Cannon Driscoll with a chance to tie it up. Cannon catching once again in this contest for Force. Throwback to one, not in time. But we talked about it earlier, Cam. A lot of credit to Cannon Driscoll as he is going to really have to battle in this one to stay in.
Absolutely.
The heat, almost killer. Throwback to one, or excuse me, 3, not in time. We used to being 1.
Yeah, we usually never see that.
Kind of surprised we do. Just given a couple of pass balls so far in this game, very surprised to see it there. Runner from first takes off. Fly ball down the left field line, but well foul. 0-1 the count.
He smacked that one.
A lot of good power behind that swing from Driscoll, but just not in a good spot. After the catcher, it goes to Josh Rachel, then Anthony Vespucci. And then we are at the top of the order again. Throwback to 3 a second time. Not there. Very surprised to be seeing it. But then again, we could see some trickery from the Mentor Cardinals. Runner will go. It is upstairs, and I think the call there was to throw back to 3 if the runner moves at all.
He didn't, though. So, catcher just holds the ball and down a second on the defensive indifference.
I would assume that right now he does not even look back at the runners. He doesn't, but wow. Beautiful breaking ball in there. Now 1-2. The motion on that pitch has been tremendous in this game. Beyond special from Luka Ragic. And a chance to get out number 2 at the plate. Chop left side, but foul. And once again, it is the coach making another coaching fielding play in the third base box.
Going back to last game, he's 4 for 4.
Tremendous work by the coach over at third.
He's my player of the game.
We will see. Ground ball hit in between short and third. On the hesitation, the throw to 1 is still in time for out number 2. And that will put the go-ahead run now at third as a run does score on the play.
I thought he was maybe going to try and get the runner at third. He kind of passed right in front of his face. And then he was kind of looking over there and then...
The play was home that he was looking for, I believe.
Okay.
You kind of saw that double clutch. He's not going to double clutch to throw the ball to third.
Yeah, that's...
His vision was there. It was just obstructed, and it would take one heck of a reaction, and if he didn't get it, everybody's safe.
Exactly. So probably just takes the smarter out there. Goes to 1.
And now off to our left, we do have some players for Clutch Elite joining the fun. They are on next in the semifinals of the championship bracket against Mash Factory Berkwin.
Unfortunately for them, they will have to wait as first game ran long into extra innings, and teams were not communicated that, so they will be showing up early probably throughout the rest of the day unless one of these other ones finishes early.
And they kind of have to show up early just in case. We saw that, what was that, Friday at Tri-C. Almost an early start due to a run rule, but just the run rule never happened. 1-2 count on Rachel. Fouls that one back. But I'll give a lot of credit to Josh Rachel. He has hung in here as one of the youngest kids, if not the youngest kid on this roster. A good preparation campaign for him before he enters high school at Aurora. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Rajic able to dig deep and find his second strikeout of the game. And the top of the second will close there. But not before the tying run scores for Force Ohio. Middle of 2, honors even at 2. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of 2 at Schoonover Stadium. 2-2 your score on SmeeSports. This is the championship game of this bracket. Keep in mind, this is the silver bracket, so the main championship still up for grabs later on today. But Cam, your thoughts on this game so far? Obviously a hot day for baseball, but the talent has been on point.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of good hits, a lot of good pitching so far today, and kind of expect to see it as we go forward, especially into the championship bracket.
As for mentor this frame, it is Ragazzo and Linden. Ragazzo was set to hit last frame, but due to out number 3 being made at home on a really obscure play, we did not see him. Rachel sets and delivers. Fly ball into center field. Underneath it is Mulligan, and he has it out in right center for out number 1. Simple 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the second inning. That will bring up Charlie Greneau. Greneau, just like so many of his teammates, just finished up his freshman year at Mentor. Once again, this squad not completely Mentor high school players. I know the Lakewood Baseball Federation, they have it like that where it is all Lakewood students, but Mentor not the same way. And as well, we're kind of going away from these city-based teams, but Mentor, they're still hanging on to this team, and they're still looking pretty good. But I kind of feel like the future of the game is going to be these bigger organizations, so many different groups, and that's what we're going to see. There is strike 1 into Greneau. But the landscape has definitely changed over the past 5 years. Release now on the scene. OEB now on the scene. Those are the big 2 additions. Otherwise, it was Premier as the main one. Stallions, they're gone. That was a big one. On top of that, Force Ohio, a big team. B2 Bulls out in the Perry area, that is a big team. Pit Bulls used to be more prominent, I would say. Haven't seen them at all this summer. They've kind of faded back, but they still exist.
I think it's definitely more of the older groups, and they've kind of phased out for sure.
And they'll call that a late strike now, 2-2. Always interesting discourse about the future of the game at the travel ball level. Mash Factory, another big one. They have that big complex out in Bolivar. They are here to stay, for sure. Here comes the 2-2 from Rachel. Bounces in for ball 3. Then my organization, Stingrays, they phased out after my first year of 2020. We were the only team left. And then when we finished up last year, the team obviously was gone. Here comes the payoff pitch from Rachel. And it is down low for ball 4. Greneau will take his base. Then on top of that, I think another newcomer, at least for the younger ages, I wouldn't say the older teams yet, IVL. They kind of came out of nowhere last year. And then same with Cleveland Baseball Federation this year. Out of nowhere, here they are. And they're actually looking like a really good organization. Now it is Colton Linden stepping in. That is a pass ball, and that will give second base to Greneau.
Possibly even more. Big turnaround second, but he will stay put there.
Not surprised to see him pump the brakes there. Not enough time. We don't want to see another out on the bases if you are Mentor. We already saw that at home last inning, and that was costly. That is the difference right now between a 3-2 lead and where we are right now with a tied game. That pitch in there now, 1-1. After Linden, it is Nate Burt, then the top of the order. But once again, the Heat definitely playing a big factor in this competition. The 1-1. Off the plate for ball 2. And keep in mind, we began the Kent State invite, or at least the second Kent State invite, with a whole lot of rain. So now we have the opposite issue of a lot of heat.
I wish it was more middle. Less heat, but no rain.
Going to be tough to get there.
That's a balk.
And that will give third base to Greneau.
Started his motion, then kind of looked up and stopped.
Always a tough decision, but that one I would say pretty clear cut.
Wait, I don't have balk. You should check.
I don't either. 2-1 count on Linden. And it will be a pass ball, and Mentor will take back the lead.
That was kind of like in slow motion.
It looked pretty clear-cut initially, but in the end, a lot closer of a play than I would say we expected.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to watch it back here. I mean, runner kind of hesitates, then takes off. I don't know if the pitcher wasn't running all the way down, but it kind of looked like the catcher went to throw and then kind of stopped and hesitated. Anyway, Mentor gets back the lead.
And another base runner. That is ball 4 to Linden. But really obscure. I don't know exactly what happened. And if the pitcher was there, I kind of think you do have that out.
Yeah, especially because there's no one else on base. So even if you throw it and miss him completely, it doesn't even matter.
Now Nate Burt, the EH, steps in. Another non-Mentor Cardinal as he just finished up his freshman year at Jefferson. All right, now forced down by 1, trying to keep themselves in this game early on. Runner will go. Pitch is in there for strike 1. Driscoll's throw wide right, or excuse me, wide left. But I think if he is starting to feel that fatigue, it should be run on every pitch. I hate to say it right now, but I mean, you got to play the game.
Exactly.
I feel like every level you'd see that here. Just boom, boom, boom if you can. But all it takes is one back on track, and your plan no longer works. And now an 0-2 count. You have to be careful not to make 2 outs on 1 pitch. In the on-deck circle for Mentor, it is Chase Newsom, the catcher. 2 strikes on Burt. The pitch. Runs inside for ball 1. Almost clipped him on the shoulder, but was able to stay out of the way. And even behind the field here at Schoonover Stadium, a lot of action as a lot of fields on this complex.
4. Well, 5 including this one.
The 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. Throwback down to 2 is not in time. Definitely close.
Very close. I don't think the runner on second was expecting it. And if you were here for the first game, guys, I was able to get the scoreboard working. I figured it out.
Still a 2-2 count on Burt after an 0-2 start. The pitch. Chopped foul. And Burt will see it again.
Obviously, if you're watching along here, you have the luxury of just having it on your screen for the people in the stadium. If they're not updated on the game changer, it's good to at least give them something, at least the score to go off of, as I can't do both the switcher and the scoreboard.
Not easy to do even for the in-stream scoreboard.
Correct.
2-2 inside for ball 3, and we are full.
Especially something I'm not comfortable with and kind of guessing and hoping it works.
It is the same as Tri-C's, but we never even figured that one out.
That was yeah.
Once again, it is Newsom in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Runner at second, 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The payoff pitch, it is upstairs, and after an 0-2 start, it is ball 4, and that will be the 3rd consecutive walk surrendered by Jack Rachel.
Looks like we're going to get a time here for catcher to go get some water. Definitely don't mind it at all. I mean, it's hot out here. It's already the 2nd game that he's catching today. Umpires understand it. Let the kid go get water. Like, it's not that big of a deal. We're all trying to have fun. I get both teams are trying to win and be competitive, but he just dumped it on his head. I completely understand that. I'm sure you do too.
Yes, and I've been in that spot a number of times. I've had catchers play alongside me back when you could do the rotation of 1 every other inning. But the worst that I had, my other catcher pretty much had a heat stroke during the game. He was about to pass out, so I had to then catch 3 consecutive innings. The game ended then and there. I mean, there was lightning out in right center field, but a blown call at home ended the game via the run rule, which it wasn't going to matter. That team who beat us ended up, I think, winning the whole league undefeated. Runner goes down to 3. It is bounced in, and he is out. There is out number 2 at third. Going back to that, though, Cam, I don't know if that tag was down.
I do not know, but I can tell you what. He dumped the water on his head. Maybe he's a little rejuvenated after that.
That is definitely going to be a big throw-out for him as that keeps this game still manageable. Now 1-1. But opposed to 2 runners in scoring position, a base hit for Newsom gives Mentor a 3-run lead. The most he can give is now a 2-run lead. It might not seem like the biggest of margins, but it matters a lot in the grand scheme of things in a game like this. With the heat and everything kept in mind, albeit we're still in the bottom of the second inning, and as this game is kind of just dragging along, it matters. 1-2 counts. Rachel trying to end the inning. Not quite. He misses down low for ball 2. The next game scheduled for 1 p.m. I'm thinking more 1:30 right now, but even so, we are, I would say, behind schedule in this game.
Definitely.
The 2-2 lobs upstairs, snagged by Driscoll, and we are full. After Chase Newsom, it goes to Gus Petros, the shortstop, who doubled in his lone plate appearance in this game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The payoff pitch. I don't even know how that came into fair territory. Throw to 1 is not in time, and it is wide, and that will make it 4-2. We're going to run the replay. Cam, that was so awkward off the bat.
I think it might have hit off the end cap and then kind of cued towards the pitcher, which kind of put it past him, forced him to maybe rush a little bit and make the bad throw.
It did.
I don't even. And then it just kind of goes in and out of the glove of the first baseman and allows the other runner to score.
That is an obscure play. That has kind of been the theme of this game. Opposed to 5-2, it's 4-2 because of Driscoll's throwout, though. We have to keep that in mind. That play really big right now in this contest. Now we will have a courtesy run for the catcher, and I don't know if I've ever seen this before. It's the pitcher running for the catcher. It's Ragazzo at first. And he has a courtesy, too. That is really odd.
Very.
If you're going back to last out, that is him. But I feel like you'd have to go back to the last one before that. Which the last out before him would be either the guy at the plate or Connor Whitty. That is a pass ball, and Ragazzo is in at second base. But Cam, usually that courtesy, that's not what happens with it.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a weird situation there.
I mean, it happens. That's kind of the game script. It's not an illegal play. That could also mean Ratchik's coming out of the game. Or it's just it has to be that guy or else. The 2-0 upstairs for ball 3. There are so many different rules of baseball that you really don't think about as a player, but as a coach or even as media, you have to look into. And that's what makes this aspect of the game fun. You get to see the game from a completely new set of eyes. It's a 3-0 count, and it will sail upstairs. Back pick to 2, not in time. Newsom, he was replaced already on kind of an awkward play. Petros now walks, and that is now going to be the 5th guy to reach in a row. And Ken DeMoses is back in. But in the meantime, time called, and I think this will do it for Rachel. Kind of think you have to do it here, as there he is. He is coming off of the diamond. And we will have a new pitcher.
I actually don't think I don't think that's him coming off the diamond.
No, we should get some water.
Yeah, I think the kids in the field are just hot and want to come off the field. I don't blame them.
I mean, that is just the danger of playing in this kind of heat.
Umpires are going to do the same thing.
Kind of have a feeling that the time limit is going to stay the same, but you're going to see a lot of these breaks happen more often.
I was wondering what...
and he's going for the headband.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was wondering, I think it's a cooling towel. A couple of players are actually wearing them. I was wondering what the green was on their head, but I guess that would make sense.
So that is decided. That, I think, is Gerard getting it on. And it's going to be Rachel still on the mound. So I don't even know if he went over for water.
I don't think he did. I think he just went out for a talking to, but then a little bit of the team decided good time for
Actually,
water.
that is a new arm. That is Ben Duke.
Is it? He didn't even get any warm-up pitches.
Maybe he came in earlier on in the game than we thought and just didn't see it. Either way, it is Duke in the game. Apologies. It's tough to tell with the faded jerseys as well, but Duke now on the throw. A lot of confusion in this contest, and that's kind of expected. But a 1-1 count on Camden Moses, who walked and stole a bag his last time up. That pitch inside for ball 2. And if this inning gets any further away from force, we could see Mentor start to build towards that 5-inning run rule. And I feel like for the next games, outside of warm-ups, it's just stay in the shade. That has to be the goal and priority. Warm-ups are good and all, but if you're exhausted, you're not going to play well. 2-1 off the plate for ball 3. Throwback to 2 is in center field, and Ragic will stay put.
Good backup there by the center fielder. Good awareness. Honestly, if you're the catcher, I get that he's getting far off and stuff, but you kind of just got to let it go. Throw it back to your pitcher, and your pitcher can make the play if need be.
It's about picking your battles right now in this game. 3-1 count, and that is behind for ball 4. The bases will be loaded at least for a second, and they will stay loaded. And that will see Connor Whitty step in. A hard fly out his first time up, but a chance to over double the lead for Mentor. 4-2 the score, bases loaded. And right now, I think, Cam, you agree, given all the walks, I'm not swinging until I see a strike.
Probably, yeah. Especially with all the pass balls, you got to feel pretty good here if you're Mentor.
You want to bring the runs in with your swing, but if you can do the same by just standing in, you're going to do that. First pitch sails up wide right. Driscoll throwing back to 3, and it is behind, but not far enough for the runner to advance.
He's just got to hold it.
And I mean, it's not even that he's making bad plays. It's just he has to make a great play behind the dish first.
Yeah, looks like we are going to see some action going down to the bullpen now.
But I still give a lot of credit to Cannon Driscoll. He had the option. We were down there and heard it. He could have came out of this game but said no. On that pass ball, it will become 5-2. But coach asked him, are you good? And he said, yes, I can play. He chose it. And I think, Cam, you agree, a lot of respect to him for doing that because from what we were told, there's really no other catchers active on this roster.
Yeah.
He knows this is the last game of the day, and he is going to do everything for his team. Run 6 and 7 now in scoring position for Mentor. Whitty trying to do some damage, but that will be strike 1 on the inside edge. Definitely close, kind of more inside, but as this inning goes along, I think that zone is going to get slightly bigger. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Almost hits him. He backs out of the way for ball 3. And I feel like if the bases load, Duke has 1 more batter and he's out. I think, Cam, you'd agree with that.
Absolutely.
We'll see what they end up doing as they don't really have much pitching left from what we were told. The 3-1, it is upstairs for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That is the 6th walk of the inning. Time now called. The call to the bullpen most likely being made here, and that will see Duke out of the game. Just a tough break there, given all of the heat and everything. It's a tough atmosphere to play in, but for now, it is Mentor up 5-2 on Force Ohio. As the new pitcher warms up, we're going to have somebody else from the sideline come in. That is Treisel, the third baseman, no longer in at third. He is going to go warm up the pitcher. And pretty much everybody outside of the outfield is going to go get a drink.
I don't know why the outfield, if I was the outfield, I'd be running to get a drink here too.
Unless I think the energy they use to get back there and back would be too much and they can wait it out. But we will step aside as well as our new pitcher warms up. 5-2 your score, Mentor on top in this Silver Bracket Championship game. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com
or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Force Ohio. It is Anthony Vespucci wearing number 16 now in and on the mound. First pitch to Reiko is in there for strike one. But Cam, it is a hot, grueling day out at Schoonover Stadium. Real feel up to 97 degrees.
Probably even hotter on the turf, too.
The 0-1 hits him. And that is going to be run number 6 coming in to score. Reiko able to wear that one. That is the second hard 90 of the game combined. Cam, take a wild guess who has the other one.
Same guy.
Yep. Reiko has been hit twice in this game. That time it's an RBI tacked on. 4-run lead. Looking ahead to a potential run rule after 5. The run rule inducing run, and Gilman is in the box. First pitch in there for strike one. But you can just see it on the field, the tiredness of the athletes. They're giving it their all, though, and that's all you can ask of them right now, even though this is probably the hottest day of the summer, and this is probably the toughest atmosphere to play in. Lined up the middle, and it will bloop in for a single. They will hold up the second runner at third. It's an RBI single for Tristan Gilman. And that'll make it 7-2 Mentor. We will take a second look at that swing from Gilman. A good drive into the outfield and puts it in a good spot. Just a perfect dribbler right in. Mentor, I think, right now just going station to station to keep this game going and not to overcommit given their fatigue. Yet another first pitch strike. 0-1 the count on Magistrelli. Magistrelli is the 11th batter of the inning. Radjic, who's in the on-deck circle, will be back in a moment if we see him. That pitch missing down low now, 1-1. But if you are the athletes right now, there's only so much you can do to stay hydrated and, well, in your best shape in this game. Strike two taken on the corner. But I give these guys a lot of credit for going out there and still giving it their all amid all of this heat. And the scary thing is, it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
The 1-2 off the plate for ball two. Once again, I think the heat index 111 for later today, and doing some quick math, that's 14 degrees away. The 2-2. Ground ball left side, it is through. That will bring in one run, and they will hold up the train there. It's another RBI single, this time for Magistrelli, and that makes it 8-2 Mentor.
Train just keeps on moving.
And now if they can get 6 more runs in this inning, force down to their final 3 outs. It's crazy to bring up that run rule, but given how much offense we've seen from Mentor in this frame, you have to bring it up. 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. That's what you'll get. Radjic led off the inning as he flew out to center field on a line, and he has a chance to get some redemption. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Fly ball blooped into center field, and it will be caught once again by Mulligan, and the side is retired. but not before a whole host of runs come home for Mentor to complete at Schoonover Stadium. It is the Cards up 8-2 on Force, Ohio.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Eleven, 1, and 2 sets you hits in the top of the third inning for Force, Ohio. 8-2 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch from Ragazzo down low for ball one. And actually, no, it is going to be a pitching change for Mentor. Not really surprised, just given how long that inning went. It is Ragazzo now on the mound. And that pitch will go behind for ball two. The question here is, looking at what happened last time, given the heat, do we see the same result for the offensive force if they are able to score a bunch of runs, or is Mentor going to be able to get some lockdown defense?
I really don't know.
This could develop into be one of the most explosive games of this competition and one of the highest scoring as well. And that'll be strike one called on the outside corner. Maybe a little bit further off the plate than expected, but I still think we're going to have a bigger zone down the stretch. Fly ball hit into left center field. Has a chance to get down. Underneath it is Magistrelli, and he has it for out number one. Good work by the defense to help out Ragazzo on the mound as he is able to find his first out facing his first batter, and Kalen Mulligan, the center fielder, will step back in. And if you're forced, getting a long inning offensively is going to be big, because if your defense is back out on the field in 5 minutes, given just how this game has gone, that it's going to be tough. First pitch off the plate for ball one. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more breaks taken by these teams as well. And I feel like that should be built into this, just given what we are experiencing right now. The pitch. Another fly ball into left center field. Magistrelli called off by his left fielder, Linden, who has it for out number two.
I feel like he barely called him off. Almost ran into each other.
Kind of a last-second decision of, oh, wait, you got that. Then finally they do have that decision. And with two down, that will bring in Gavin Treisel. Treisel so far 0 for 1 in this game with a ground out. As for Mentor, it is Greneau, Linden, and Burt in the bottom of the inning. And they do have a chance to get a run rule if their offense can dominate again. Another 6 spot in this game is over. Ball 2 taken outside. But both sides fighting this awful heat. We will see how that does affect the championship games later on in the championship brackets. That one, I believe, fouled off of Newsome. Now 2-1. Then, Cam, you saw that the worst of it's going to be at around 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 15 minutes before the scheduled start time of the championship game. And we might see these games just kind of pushed back even more and more. Not delayed, but maybe an extra 15 minutes tacked on to warm-up time to cool down. 2-1. In there now, 2-2. I don't think you would oppose to having a half-hour break in between games just to give the guys time to cool down, or at least the guys coming in a chance to deal with this weather before going out.
I support it.
I kind of feel like this next game, you go at that same time to get them on the field. After that, to give the team that wins a chance to breathe, then you have that longer break for the championship game. It also then builds up that hype a little bit more suspense behind it. So we will see if we do get that or not. Treisel trying to keep the inning alive. Rakos 2-2 bounces in for ball 3, and we have ourselves a full count. Once again, Clutch Elite has some players here on campus ready to go. 3-2 fouled down the left field line. Have not seen anybody for the Mash Factory quite yet. There's also a good chance that they are out in the batting cages in left. Good chance they are there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A chance for Mentor to get out of the inning, but first time called. 8-2 your score. Top 3, 2 up, 2 down. The payoff. Hit over towards second and through. It is a line drive into center field. Treisel has a 2-out single. Good bit of hitting amid all of this heat. Still able to go to the fundamentals. And in a game like this, fundamental baseball will give you a good chance to win, or in Force's case, a good chance to mount a comeback. And that will see Jack Rachel, the starting pitcher, step in. Wouldn't be surprised to see movement on this first pitch. Just a small secondary, as that will be strike 1 taken. Don't know if we are going to see continued aggression from both sides on the base path as this one gets warmer, but we definitely could. As a coach in this kind of condition, Cam, what would your thought be with sending runners?
Say you send him.
The 0-1 missing down low, evening up the count. It's a tough one to really manage, and I give these coaches a lot of credit and the umpires as well for allowing the breaks that we have had in this contest. Swing and a miss, now 1-2. Good pitch on the outside edge of the zone. A very competitive pitch. Rachel just unable to catch up. And Reiko now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Almost hits him. Rachel able to back out in time, and that will make it a 2-2 count. Good patience in the box by Rachel, and kind of surprised at the same time not to see him just hang on in there and take space. Hit left side, and it is through. That is why he didn't let himself get hit. He will take a hit himself. 2-1, 2 down. Good kind of half swing from Rachel, able to direct it over to that left side. We will take a second look at that one, Cam. That was more necessity hitting than anything, and sometimes that is when you get your most impactful hits. It appears whoever is done warming up in the bullpen for Mentor is in the queue, ready to go once he does get called upon. He was out there for maybe 5-10 minutes getting ready to go. But don't know if we will see him this inning or next, if at all. Once again, if no run score here, Mentor can score 6 and end the game. And there's a good chance they do that given how well they played in the bottom of the second inning. As that right now on the scoreboard is the only thing separating these squads. Through 1.5, it was 2-2. But just that 6-run explosion changed the name of the game. That pitch going to miss now, 1-1. In the on-deck circle after Duke, it is Pedraza. The 1-1 in there for a strike, now 1-2. Duke so far in this game 0 for 1 with a pop-out to first. Two one, two down, top of the third inning. The pitch. Hit down the right side, but foul. If he is able to straighten that one out, down the line fair. Extra bases, 2 runs most likely to score. And I feel like that does have to be a goal, putting the ball in play somewhere competitive. Obviously, you want to get on the base path, but there's only so long that you can survive hitting single after single. Eventually, the streak's going to end. And if not, then credit to you. But just given this game, that streak probably bound to end at some point. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Rako brings the high heat, and the half inning is over. Middle of 3 at Schoonover Stadium. Despite the 2 base runners on 2 singles, the score remains 8-2, Mentor on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom of the third inning in game 2 of our 4-game slate today. It is the Mentor Cardinals up 8-2 on Force, Ohio. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee. He's Cam Ragazzo on the call for you this afternoon. Off to our left, it does appear that some of the MASH Factory players are starting to arrive as they anticipate their game scheduled for 1 p.m., but it will be starting later unless this is the final half inning of the game, which it definitely could be, as if 6 runs are scored, we reach our run rule. The 1-0 taken for strike 1. It is Greneau, Linden, and Burt in the 9, 10, and 11 slots this frame for Mentor. The 1-1 bounces in and behind for ball 2. It is still going to be Vespucci on the mound for Force. Third pitcher of the game following Ben Duke and Jack Rachel. The 2-1. Sails off the plate, but in there for strike 2. An excellent frame behind the dish by Driscoll.
Little expansion of the zone.
That one definitely looked to be well off, but in the end, they do give it. The 2-2 hit over towards short, bounces in on a 1-hop. The throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. Good work by Gerard to get the ball over from short, and as well a good job reading that ball in on that light hop. He thought about making a diving effort at it, which would not have been the right call. Credit for him as he makes the right decision in the end. Colton Linden, the left fielder, now steps in 0 for 0 with a walk in this contest. First pitch left up and in for ball 1. Once again, the run rules: 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5. The 1-0 breaks in now 1-1. We were close to a run rule in game number 1, but going back to that one, Cam, all it took was a couple of good innings from Power Baseball, and we had extras. The 1-1 popped shallowly on the infield. Gerard underneath it has it for out number 2. Mentor's offense struggling to find a spark in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Burt, the last man, trying to get it going. If he is retired, then I believe we have our first 1-2-3 inning of the game and maybe even the day. First pitch in there for strike 1, and kind of as expected, the zone has expanded. I think we're going to see that through the rest of this game, just that expansion of the zone. It keeps the game going. 0-1 beautifully in there now, 0-2. Great work by Vespucci, able to have that one dip right in. For Forsch in the top of the inning, it is Pedraza, Gerard, and Shadle. The pitch in there for strike 3, looking, and the side is retired in order. Excellent work by Anthony Vespucci, and the 3rd inning is over. No damage done by either side. End of 3 at Schoonover Stadium. Mentor 8. Force Ohio 2, your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Top 4 here at Schoonover Stadium in Kent, Ohio. 8-2 your score. Force Ohio behind against the Mentor Cardinals. For those just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Right now the time 12:37. We are going to have to delay the next game due to how long this one is going. Deep fly ball in right field. It is down for extra bases. Pedraza has done it again, and he will trot into second base standing. A beautiful swing to begin the 4th frame. We will take a second look at that one. The ball just kept hanging up and right before finally getting down. And just like that, the leadoff man in scoring position for Gerard. Mentor trying to keep this lead intact so they have a chance to get the run rule at the end of this inning. First pitch swung on and shot foul by Gerard. 0-1 the count. Speaking of doubles, he has the other one in this game for Force Ohio.
This is also a leadoff double.
Yes, it was back in the second inning. But this Mentor squad definitely looking dominant, but that can change in one inning. The 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. But the players seemingly managing the heat a little bit better, as we have had a couple of breezes go by, which has helped. Pass ball will put Pedraza at third. But a difficult situation for the Mentor defense to be in early on in this inning. We could see a big comeback mounted by Force. If it starts here, they have a good shot. That pitch in there for a strike. It is still Ragazzo on the mound. We did see somebody else warm up earlier on in the game, and he could come in place of him. And that is strike 3, looking for out number 1. The bat toss and all. Gerard thought he had it, but instead it is Ragazzo's first punch out of the day. A tough one there, just clipping the corner. Not too certain about that one from here, but that is the decision given. That one will be a fly ball into left field, shallowly caught for out number 2, and there is no need for a hefty chuck home. A big defensive play in left by Linden, and that will bring up Dylan Westendorf. Force needs something this inning to get on the board to keep them competitive. Only 2 runs in the bottom of the inning would then induce the run rule after the 5th. 4 ends the game. The pitch off the plate for ball 1. In the bottom of the inning for Mentor, it is the top of the order with Newsom, Petros, and Moses. The 1-0, swing and a miss now, 1-1. Good delivery by Ragazzo, able to get that one in there. Once again, both teams in the next game on location, ready to go. Ground ball hit to third, picked up by Moses. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. No damage done after a leadoff double by Force in the top of the 4th inning. Cam, impressive work by the defense to get out of that.
Very, very impressive. Just a good job all around here today from Mentor, and now they're going to try and end it here with 4 in the bottom half of the inning.
As you said, 4 runs ends the game here. 2 runs induces the run rule after the top of the 5th inning. Middle of 4, it is the Mentor Cardinals 8, Force Ohio 2. Stay tuned after our final commercial break. Once this game goes final, then we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Welcome back to beautiful Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. Bottom of the 4th inning in game 2 of the day. This is the Silver Bracket Championship game. Mentor poised to win it, up 8-2 on Force Ohio. It's simple. 4 runs this inning, the game is over. 2 runs, then Force has to score in the top of the 5th to keep the game going. all of this damage done by Mentor pretty much in the bottom of the second inning. 6 out of their 8 runs coming in that frame. The 0-1 hit foul down the left side, now 0-2. It is Newsom, Petros, and Moses. 1, 2, and 3 swinging for Mentor in this frame. But if you are Force Ohio, it would be a success to keep this game going as long as possible. If you can get to the 7th inning, even better. The 0-2 on the corner for strike 3 looking. There is out number 1. Newsom kind of just froze and didn't believe it.
Definitely an expansive strike zone.
And that has been the parting line a lot in this game. That's kind of what you do expect in these larger lead hot games. Gus Petros now steps in, a walk and a double to his name. And he might have another one. Fly ball deep to left field. It is over the left fielder's head, and he is into second with ease. He will try and take 3, and he will be in standing. A 1-out triple for Gus Petros. His second extra base hit of the game, no less.
And another tick on my bingo card.
That is on mine as well. Beautiful swing by Petros, able to clear the left fielder. And all of a sudden, the run rule inducing run after the 5th inning steps in, represented by Camden Moses. And it looks like we do have a slight pause due to the outfield not being in position quite yet. Moses will take ball 1 down low. Camden so far 2 walks in this game. Not a bad spot for the Cardinals to be in right now in regards to ending this game. Swing and a miss, a hefty cut pulling off. Now 1-1 the count. Hefty cut, and you can tell Moses, he wants it all there.
Absolutely.
Aggression is good, but you need at least 1 run this inning. Anything else is a bonus. The 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. Any good contact should get the job done. Now the 2-1. In there now, 2-2. Back-to-back good offerings, competitive offerings from Vespucci. I would say he has been the most consistent pitcher in this game for Force so far. The 2-2 sails upstairs, almost hitting him for ball 3.
And of course, right as you say that.
Outside of that pitch, he has been pretty good. Obviously a few mistakes, but that is to be expected in a game like this. Payoff pitch, grounded up the middle, too short. They will opt for the player at 1, and they will get Moses for out number 2. But that will score a run in the process, making it now 9-2. A productive out there for Moses. 2 down, Connor Whitty steps in, and he now represents that run rule inducing run. And we saw Force kind of die at that hurdle as they tried for a run rule in the last game. They were close. They needed a run, couldn't get it, and then they allowed the opponent back in. Pop too short, and it will get out. On the contact of the ground, it will escape, and that puts that run rule-inducing run on. I thought he got it. I mean, he did get it, but he didn't. At the same time, Kevin Durant is now a rocket. Jalen Green and some picks going the opposite way.
Jeez.
Some big news over in the NBA. I did see that in a video yesterday. That was a bold move that the Rockets would make, and I'm not really surprised to see that be the case. We can talk about that more during one of the breaks, as that is a big development in the NBA. KD playing with the likes of James Harden finally goes full circle, going to his old home from many years ago. Throwback to one not in time. But I think outside of Jalen Green, if it's just picks, that is highway robbery.
I would like to see.
I have a feeling you're going to see some other big name in there. The 1-0 hits him. Rako wears it, and that will put him on as well. So now, Cam, the runner/batter stepping in, and Gilman represents the winning run right now. That is where we are in the game. But I would say really big news out of the NBA with the Kevin Durant trade. We expected it. It's not unexpected, but it's kind of surprising it happens now, right before Game 7.
Yeah.
but it is Tristan Gilman. 2 RBI singles today. He is stepping back in, looking for a third. That pitch hangs upstairs, but they call it a strike. 0-1 the count. I guess to say it just got the top, maybe around the lettering. And it's a tough decision to make, but right now, once again, with that expanded zone, anything close is going to be called. Ground ball right side, picked up at 2. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired.
Whoa.
Still 1 run does score here in the frame. And I think we do have some more updates on who is going the opposite way.
Looks like Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and some picks. So
We'll keep it here to kind of keep this discourse going. I still feel like given that value, is that enough for Kevin Durant right now?
I don't know. They're trading full. Okay. Boom. Whoa.
How many picks?
That is definitely enough. Phoenix Suns trading two-time NBA All blah 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 for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks.
5 seconds is interesting there. 5 second-round picks, really?
Yes.
I kind of think that means another move's coming.
Maybe.
Because you're not going to get your replacement for Kevin Durant in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But wow, what a move. The Rockets getting aggressive. We will step aside in the meantime. Mentor up 9-2 on Force, Ohio. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Four innings down at Schoonover Stadium. Top 5 in our Silver Bracket Championship game. It is Force Ohio trailing Mentor 9-2 the score. Once again, the run rule is 5 runs after 8, so if we do see a run score in the bottom of the inning for Mentor, the game would end. In the meantime, the 1-0 is rocketed down the line in left. Foul, now 1-1. Kenan Driscoll, Josh Rachel, and Anthony Vespucci, the 9, 10, and 11 hitters, set to swing this frame for Force. But Mentor right now firmly in control of this game. Good delivery, just not going to get the call. And that expanded strike zone has definitely helped out Force defensively. The 2-1 hit hard left side, but foul. Count now sits at 2-2. Once again, stay with us after this for Game 3 of our quadruple header. It is going to be the Mash Factory taking on Clutch Elite in the semifinals of the championship bracket. 2-2 hangs upstairs and stays for ball 3. And then the winner of that game takes on the MAF Gators in the 3:15 p.m. time slot to round out this Kent State invite. That is ball 4 outside and down low. Driscoll will reach with a leadoff walk. That'll now pave the way for Josh Rachel, the left fielder, to step in. Rachel in this game 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And I believe we will have a courtesy run for the catcher. I'm not surprised, just given how much Driscoll has battled in this game.
Yeah.
And if we do play the full rest of the game, he still has 2 innings to go out there and catch.
Jeez. I feel for him.
It is going to be Westendorf in his place. Last out comes in, so he will now run the bases. But Rachel, a chance to move him along here to potentially keep Force in this game for longer. He will foul that one away. 0-1 the count. This is kind of the spot where Force in the last game couldn't get the run rule done. And by an extension of that, that's what kept the game going. As we'll keep in mind, we are nearing the time limit. I believe maybe a half hour out from it. Runner will go, hit right side, but foul. Count now 0-2. But this could be a spot that Mentor kind of falls on a sword of sorts and struggles to get to the end of the game. They did get one last inning, and now that out at home, back in the first, seemingly even more killer. Throwback not in time. But if you're forced and you can expand this game to a 7th inning eventually, I would say all credit to them. That would be incredible. But I would be surprised to see that happen. At the same time, the run's not guaranteed. It just depends what both teams have left in the tank after this frame. Swing and a miss. There is out number 1. Good work on the mound by Ragazzo as he is able to get his second strikeout of the outing. With Rachel put away, Vespucci steps in 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Wessendorf still staying put over at first base, and now he will take off on a pass ball at first. He is into second with a slide. Good heads-up base running by Dylan Westendorf to take advantage. The throwback, it was a good idea at first, but if that ball gets by, it's going to be an extra base at a minimum, just given the dimensions of the field. There is strike 1 on the frame from Newsom. But right now, Cam, if you are Mash Factory and Clutch Elite, what are you thinking of this heat?
Stay out of it as long as you can.
Ground ball hit on a 1-hop to first. Whitty has it on the bag for out number 2, but that will move up run number 3 for force to third. Back to the top of the order we go with Kalen Mulligan. So far, a single and a fly out to left field in this game. And now another layer added on to the Kevin Durant drama. He found out he was traded to Houston live on stage at Fanatics Fest.
Jeez.
That is an interesting way to leave the place that you called home for, what was it, 3-4 years?
Something like that.
1-0 count on Mulligan. In the meantime, the pitch. Ground ball right side picked up by Whitty. He will scamper to the bag, and he is there in time to retire the side. No damage done by Force in the top of the 5th inning. Mentor, a chance to put this game to bed in the bottom of the 5th with one more run. 9-2 your score on SmeeSports. Stay tuned after our final commercial break where we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Mentor has a chance to end it here. Bottom of the 5th inning, 9-2 the score, 1 run, and the 8 runs after 5-run rule would be enforced. First pitch chopped to first, scooped up, and the play is made for out number 1 instantaneously. A quick start to the inning retires Magistrelli, and that'll bring up Luka Rajic, the starting pitcher, but in his place, it is going to be a pinch hitter, or I think I'm just off by 1. It's Greneau. Just off by 1 spot there. Greneau stepping in, a walk and a ground out to his name. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Good off speed there, kind of just broke in at the last second.
And that's what you'd like to see on the mound if you are Vespucci and company. This is where you can really dig deep and keep this game going. And just like that, it's 0-2. Force Ohio looking to force a 6th inning. 2 strikes. The pitch from Vespucci. Fouled away left side, and I kind of think right now he knows that if he takes, it's going to be strike 3.
Fouled on top of the clubhouse. Is that on your thing?
I think it might be. Yes, it is.
Very nice.
The 0-2 again. Off the plate, and that will be called ball 1. Definitely a close miss, but a miss nonetheless. A chance again for Vespucci to get out number 2. The pitch pops up on the infield in foul territory. Called off at third, and he will have it. Treisel able to get underneath that one for out number 2.
Just fighting the sun. Still able to come down with it, though.
Outside of the heat, just the brightness of the sun has been killer today, too. No real surprise there. And with 2 down, that will see Colton Linden step in.
My weather app says it's currently 90 degrees and feels like 99.
Making it way up to 111. 0-1 the count now on Linden as he takes a first pitch strike. In the top of the 6th, it is Treisel, Rachel, and Duke for Force Ohio. That pitch bouncing on in, 1-1 the count. Looking at the time limit, we will have enough time for the 6th inning, maybe not the 7th. Ground ball hit up the middle, too short. Good scoop by Gerard. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. Mentor goes in order in the bottom of the 5th, and will force a 6th inning here at Schoonover Stadium. 9-2 remains the score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Top of the 6th inning is underway. First pitch is a ball behind. 1-0 the count on Treisel. After the number 2 hitter, it goes to Jack Rachel and Ben Duke. This game still going on. Could have ended in the 5th, but Force's defense kept things alive. Popped up over towards first base. Whitty has it in foul territory for out number 1. But this heat has been getting worse and worse at Schoonover Stadium. Moments ago, Cam, you said 99 degrees, one more, and the real feel will be in the 100s, and that is not to mention what it feels like on the turf. The turf just radiates heat, given all of the black particles underneath the actual colored part of the diamond, whether it be the dirt or the grass. Grounded on a one-hop to third. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 2. Great work defensively by Moses and Mentor. 2 up, 2 down quickly. And you can tell this squad is rolling through the game right now, looking to seal their silver bracket championship. That's the luxury that Mentor has right now. They don't have to play another game after this. And if the Heat continues to look like this, the MAF Gators have a very good chance to win the championship game based on the fact that they don't have to play a game before they actually are up again. That is the big prize that was on hand for winning the 1 seed. You don't have to play in the extreme heat again. Only one game. And at that point, it might be the heat of the day at first, but by 5 o'clock, it's going to be probably back in the 80s. More manageable at least. The 2-0 in there for strike 1.
I think it's a testament to us celebrating being in the 80s.
That just shows how really hot it is here today. And I think it speaks volumes to these players still battling and giving it their all despite the heat. Grounded off the mound to short. Throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired in order. Great work by the Cardinals defense. One more chance to end the game via run rule. Otherwise, Mentor, they will have 3 outs to earn defensively to seal the deal. We have the middle of the 6th inning on hand. It is 9-2 your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Simple task on hand for Mentor. Score a run, the game is over. If not, they turn it back to the defense looking for one final stop. And they will have a heater down the line in left. And it is called a foul ball. 0-1 the count. Cam, I think based on your reaction, you are in heavy disagreement.
That was definitely fair.
I don't think it was where that one hit.
Really?
I think it bounced left of the bag.
Maybe I'm just being delusional.
That would not be a new thing for you.
Okay.
I see the logo on your left chest.
Okay,
So that does explain a little bit at least.
Don't diss my in-debt school.
0-1 the count. The pitch. Off the plate and behind now 1-1. But for Force Ohio, if they can get one more stop here, you look back at the box score. 2 runs, 6 runs, 0-1-0-0. That back half of the game, after the second inning, they really turned things around defensively, allowed one more run. That wouldn't be a bad way to go out, as really that one offensive inning was due to how hot it was outside. That, I would say, was the worst of it. But since then, they've been able to fuel up, get a little bit of a break, and that has kind of gotten them back to their best. And that'll be a swing and a miss on a pitch that almost hit them. But a big reason why Force has been able to hunker down defensively is Anthony Vespucci on the mound. He has come in and has been a well-needed spark for the defense. 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter. But he will take strike 3, and that will be out number 1. Another good punch out by Vespucci. That'll be his 3rd, I believe, of the game. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Chase Newsome. I think, Cam, you agree. If we see the 7th inning, that is a victory in its own right for Forest Ohio, given that start.
Absolutely.
And they will take that to the bank. Ground ball, weakly chopped to short. The throw across the diamond is not going to be in time. Newsom is in there, and the quote-unquote winning run is on the bases. It's tough to say winning run when, at this point, the game is sealed, or could be sealed. But the run rule inducing run is on. That would end the game here, opposed to in the 7th. That'll see
pinch runner
Petros
as well.
step in. And as you said, pinch runner, that is going to be probably the last out, and it is. Burt, albeit having to rely on an infield single from Newsom, reaches. Now it's Petros' turn. Already 2 extra base hits in this game. 1 more, and I would say he is a pretty good fit for player of the game. And just to show how long this game is going, we have a Gator in attendance, and they play at 3:15. Hit up the middle. It is the 3rd base knock of the game for Gus Petros. But having a player for the MAF Gators on hand already is really impressive.
It's crazy.
And now that we'll see Camden Moses step in. Winning run at second base. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Once again, stick with us after this game as we will have the semifinal of the championship bracket between the Mash Factory and Clutch Elite. Should be another fun game. The winner takes on the MAF Gators in the championship game scheduled for 3:15. But once again, it's 1:09, and we are still in game number 2. And game number 3 was scheduled to start 9 minutes ago. Lead runner goes on the trail, and it is a hit into left field. This should seal the game, and it does. It is a pseudo walk-off single for Camden Moses. It is going to be 10-2, and that will end the game there. 10-2 your final via the run rule. It is the Mentor Cardinals winning the silver bracket. Watching that one back, that extra lead on the steal attempt gave him all he needed to get in. And Mentor will walk out here with some silverware.
Very dominant performance by them today.
One final commercial break, then we will be back on to announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 10-2 your final in game number 2 of our 4-game slate today. First of all, congrats to the Mentor Cardinals on winning the silver bracket this afternoon. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It is Gus Petros, the shortstop. A double, a walk, a triple, and a single. Home run aside, almost got the cycle, and that is really what propelled Mentor to this win. He was dominant in that 2-hole from start to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Just being able to get up there and just provide runs and provide those hits and just get on base when Mentor needed it, and really just, like you said, being that driving factor in that 2-hole for the Mentor offense.
Congrats once again to Mentor. They do leave here with some silverware as the number 4 overall seed and the number 4 seed in the second Kent State invite. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications while you're down there to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. As well, the information to become a broadcast sponsor is on your screen right now, Or if you want to help us out in a monetary fashion without sponsoring broadcasts, you can go over to our website at SmeeSports.com under the donation tab and leave us a donation there. All proceeds from that will go back into the channel with equipment maintenance, travel, and things along those lines to make sure Smee Sports can continue to run, providing the best coverage in Northeast Ohio, specifically the Cleveland and Stark County areas. But that'll do it for game number 2. Time now to hop on over to game link number 3 as we will see the Match Factory take on Clutch Elite in the battle of the 2 and 3 seeds. For Cameron Ragazzo, I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Schoonover Stadium, and we will see you again in a few moments. This has been the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on Smee Sports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.